Using cruise control inside of the Acura TLX is a very straightforward process. You're going to be using the buttons along the right-hand side of the steering wheel. Toggling the system on, you're going to push the button along the top right-hand side. That's going to give you a message inside of the cluster screen letting you know that cruise control is now enabled. From there, you're going to push down. It's not going to do anything because I'm not moving, so you push down to set your speed. You can then increase or decrease 1 kilometer, 1 mile per hour at a time by moving up and down this way, or you can do a push and hold. So you push and hold up or push and hold down to get to the next 5 or 0. So let's say if you have it set at 43, push and hold up, it'll bring you to 45, 50, 55, etc. Push and hold down, it'll do the opposite. You can hit the brake to cancel your speed, you can hit the cancel button to cancel your speed, and then you can push up in order to resume your previously set speed. From there, there's this little feller, and that's the gap adjustment button. So it's how close or far are you away from the vehicle that's in front of you, with 4 unique levels. I would normally recommend level 1 on residential streets like this, or if you're in stop and go traffic on the highway, but you might want to be on level 2 or 3 on highways or interstates, depending on your comfort level. Definitely level 4 if you're on highways where it's, I don't know, I'd say maybe slippery, snowy conditions, things like that. But that's going to come down to a matter of personal preference. I normally drive around in either level 1 or 2. From here, you've got a series of other options. Now, the big one is going to be switching from adaptive to traditional cruise. So with the cruise control system actually toggled on, if you take that gap adjustment button and if you push and hold it, that's going to put you into a traditional cruise control instead. So there are 2 types of cruise. Traditional is exactly that. Let's say if you have it set at 100 and the car in front of you slows down, yours will not brake. With the adaptive cruise control, if the car in front of you slows down, yours will automatically brake. If they change lanes, you change lanes, it's going to pick you back up to your previously set speed. So by pushing and holding this button, you're either going to be in adaptive cruise control, which I normally would recommend unless you really hate that stop and go functionality or the car slowing you down. But if you've got a lead foot, that adaptive cruise control system is fantastic. So I just recommend keeping that one turned on. And then there's also going to be this one, which is a lane keeping or lane follow assist. So the car is not self-driving, but if you've got that system turned on and the vehicle recognizes the lane markings, you'll notice that that goes green. And then when it does, you can keep your hands off the steering wheel for up to 10 seconds before you get a little message inside the cluster screen letting you know that steering's required. So you do have to put your hands back on the steering wheel. But let's go for a little spin and I'll show you how the system actually works in person. I normally recommend keeping this system for sure turned on, so that lane following system, but I normally drive around with adaptive cruise control, residential streets, highways, etc. Now I use it all the time. Just in case you lose focus for a brief second, or if somebody pulls a stupid stunt, at least that way you know that you're covered. Oh, this is perfect. Now, there are a few things about the cruise control system, and that's that if you're coming up to a red light and there's nobody stopped in front of you, you do have to brake yourself, but we're set here, pushing it up in order to get to 50 because we're on a 50 road. I can hit the cancel button to stop, push up in order to resume my previously set speed. I can push up or down at this point as well. So, that's going to happen. So from here, I can push down or I can push up to increase my speed, 1 kilometer, 1 mile per hour at a time. Where you saw there, push and hold up, push and hold down to go 5 or 0. And then you can also set your gap adjustment on the fly. And you can also switch to that other cruise control once you turn cruise off. But we're back on again, and let's push up in order to set the speed there and up at 50. Perfect. This is perfect because we've got a bunch of cars here. Now, as of right now, the car is not recognizing the lane markings, but once it does, yeah, there we go, we've gone green. And like I said, you can keep your hands off the steering wheel for about 10 seconds or so before it tells you that steering's required. And it does have to recognize the lane markings, otherwise this system just wouldn't work. So we're cruising here, you can see green's gone away because it doesn't recognize the lane markings anymore. And you can brake at any point in time if you'd like to overwrite. I'm obviously not going to keep on driving here. And once you've stopped or once the system's turned off, you just push resume, so push up in order to resume your previously set speed again. So again, it's toggling cruise control on. From there, increase, decrease, 1 kilometer, 1 mile per hour at a time. Or you can push and hold up, push and hold down to get to the nearest 5 or 0 instead. At any point in time, you can hit the accelerator pedal if it's not speeding up fast enough for you, or you can hit the brake in order to slow down as necessary too. The system itself is straightforward to use. If you want a full walkthrough on the steering wheel buttons, the cluster screen, or the infotainment, you'll find it down in the description of this video. But that's how you use adaptive cruise control inside of the Acura TLX.